What's cooking? Good looking. It's been so long since I posted a video of me doing some cooking in the kitchen. So I figured for old time's sake, why not show you what's going on? Chef Ryan, what's on the menu for tonight? Well, we got some baked salmon over here. Threw in some black pepper and I think paprika. Not really sure how that's going to turn out. On top of that, quinoa with steamed vegetables, spinach balls. Well, spinach is a vegetable, but I also threw in some sausages in there as well, which was kind of a last minute addition. I saw that they were expiring soon, and the last thing I wanted to do was waste them. I really hate wasting food, so I just chucked them in there. I spent a little bit of time making all of this, doing some meal prep, so I don't have to constantly cook over and over again throughout the week. I just want to get it all out of the way right now. The plan is to do a nice unrushed workout, go for a run, hit the weights, but I needed to take care of business first. I want to get the business out of the way and then enjoy the pleasure afterwards. So instead of me yapping for the next 5 or 10 minutes, let's get right into it. So I pretty much just started the run and I'm already sweating. Not from being outside, but from being inside the car while I was driving. Felt like I was sitting inside of a sauna. I was debating on whether this running warm-up was necessary prior to the workout because I was getting cooked inside the car anyways. Thing is, we came here with a plan. The plan was to do this run, lift some weights, and we're gonna stick with that plan. Although I gotta be a little bit careful, it smelled a little bit funky back there. So either someone was smoking some weed, maybe a skunk was nearby, maybe there's a skunk smoking weed. Either way, I gotta be vigilant. I've had some close calls in the past, running at night, almost getting sprayed by skunks, almost getting run over. So I'll try my best to prevent those things from happening. I'd rather not get run over. I'd rather not get sprayed by a skunk. Hopefully we can still survive for the next 10-15 minutes. We'll have a nice decent warm-up. We'll have an awesome workout in the gym. I'll be seeing you real soon. Second set down. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to record more of the workout I'm going to be doing, maybe some squats or deadlifts, I still haven't decided yet. My phone's going to die soon. So what I really want to talk about for today was the importance of what I was doing in the beginning of this video before I went to go for a run and work out. The importance of meal prepping. For many years, I didn't really take eating too seriously in terms of what kind of foods to prioritize having or keeping track of my macros, making sure I get enough protein. And I think a big reason for that is just the amount of micromanagement that would entail. I'm a kind of guy that likes simplicity. So in terms of being super meticulous about the kind of food I was having, wasn't something I was really interested in. But I think what really changed a lot for me is the idea of meal prepping, because the thought of just cooking the foods I want to have every single day, it seemed pretty annoying. It seemed pretty tedious. But whenever I cooked a bunch of food in bulk and had it prepared for me to eat throughout the week, that's when everything changed. That's when I realized that meal prepping actually is a lifesaver. You save so much time just cooking a big batch of food and having it throughout the week rather than just cooking it every single time you have it throughout the week. And from there, I had to decide what kind of foods I wanted to have on a regular basis. The quinoa, salmon, almonds, berries, that kind of thing. But once I started to have a consistent routine of the kind of foods I had, that's when I really started to make a lot of progress in terms of putting on more muscle, but also being able to do it without having to gain too much fat in the process. Whenever you're building mass naturally, it's inevitable that you're going to gain some fat because you're going to be at a caloric surplus. You're adding mass both through muscle and also through fat as well. But for me, the importance was trying to gain as much muscle as possible, but minimizing the amount of fat I accumulated in the process. And having a healthy diet on a regular basis was key in achieving that. And in order to sustainably have that diet, meal prepping was a huge game saver for me. It can be super tempting, getting junk food, takeout, but allowing myself to prepare my meals has made it easier for me to avoid that temptation. I'm not saying I never have takeout in the first place, but I try my best to minimize that as much as possible. So hopefully that is able to help some of you out, people who struggle with having a healthy, consistent diet. You can get pretty busy with work. It can be super convenient ordering food from outside. But if you haven't tried meal prepping yet, I highly suggest you give it a shot because that could really make a difference in improving your diet and making sure that you stick with having a healthy one for the long term. Until next time.